Hello, Brobs. We're back with 6 lessons in crystal gazing. A complete course of instruction for the beginner by Dr. Mayne. Copyright 1928. We're in on the fifth lesson. Silent influence through the crystal. And as you can see, the font is about as small as you can get. A volume or two could be devoted to this wonderful development that occurs to the student of the crystal, and yet barely touch upon this subject in its vast importance. Silent influence through the crystal. What does it mean? It means just this. The crystal acts as an agency toward the development of your mental and psychic powers, instills greater confidence, builds poise, character, and refinement, overcomes nervousness, stimulates memory, and brings about a new and peaceful era of understanding and belief. The crystal ball will better enable you to collect your scattered energies into a definite focus where you can handle them efficiently and accomplish much. Create within yourself the power of mental influence, the ability to influence others to do your bidding. All right, which is only another attainable accomplishment made possible through the crystal. Let it be again understood that the crystal possesses no magical or supernormal powers. It exerts nothing over the gazer except the fascination of indescribable nature, such as anyone realizes over a valuable and inspiring article. The crystal commands attention, mostly because of its beauty and ever-changing colors and hues. Crystals are used extensively for windows displays by optical stores and others. Mind you, the grammar is not always correct here. Their power of attraction is high, for thousands of people stop to note their beauty. They catch and compel attention, directing it at the window in which they repose, thus accomplishing their duty as an advertising agent. Children seem fascinated with their beauty. The crystal has found other duties in the home and is used in many homes for ornamental purposes. A crystal on a glass pedestal stand now replaces vases of flowers and reflects its delightful tints and beautiful hues to darkened corners of the home. In short, the crystal serves many purposes, yet it possesses nothing but attractiveness and beauty. You will learn to appreciate the true value and usefulness of your crystal only through constant use and faith in it. To get the most benefit from anything is to use it continually, and such is the case with the gazing crystal. Establish a regular period daily for concentration with the crystal. In this way, build mental energy and power, the greatest creative forces in the universe. For mental and psychic development, you must concentrate on that one desire and work toward its achievement. By following the instructions in our previous lesson, How to Crystal Gaze, and working the various examples, you will build your power of imagination and create a greater ability to concentrate. This is true mental and psychic development of the highest and most beneficial order. Whether or not you possess or develop the ability to see visions, your efforts have not been in vain, but conservatively invested. This training will teach you to be mentally alert and keen-minded. It will enable you to make quicker and better decisions. It is a sad fact to note that the American people of today know less about their mental facilities than about their physical body, of which that knowledge is very limited. We go to the gym for exercise. We are regarded as the greatest sport-loving nation in the world. But do we map out a systematic course for mental improvement? It is true, we have the finest schools in the world. Yeah, this had to have been written in 1928. To teach our children fundamental knowledge, to train their minds with a working knowledge that will provide for their future existence. But do these schools teach the fundamentals of determination, poise, self-confidence, the true secret of success, concentration, memory development, and the establishment of willpower? With regret, we cannot answer with a hearty affirmative. How many times have you heard this remark? That child don't know how to study, meaning that child don't know how to concentrate. And thousands of children have grown to man and womanhood, lacking this great ability to concentrate. We tell them to study, but how do we teach them? How? Continued practice with the crystal will enable the gazer to hold his attention on one thought, and directing the eyes on the ball prevents the gaze from wandering about the room, touching on various objects that would create other thoughts. Practice projecting thoughts into the crystal and determine to hold them to the exclusion of all other thoughts for a definite period of 5 minutes. Then you are able to accomplish this exercise with ease. You may congratulate yourself, for you are on the road to success and the attainment of your desires. Follow closely the lesson, How to Crystal Gaze, and the examples given there will create a greater power of imagination, and in often cases, the true development of psychic powers. The power of imagination is really the power of our thoughts. We are what we think. If we think of trouble, we will have trouble. If we think of love, we will have love. If we think of wealth, we will have wealth. If we think of good or evil, so we will become. Everything depends on our thoughts and how powerful they are. Nothing can come out of our mind unless it was first drawn into it. Therefore, it is desirable that we govern our imaginations accordingly. Imagination is a creative power, a most potent force for good or evil. And if the controlling force was certainly known, which no doubt will someday, it will be the most vital fact in the universe and human life. Through our imaginations or thoughts, we have the power of making our life exactly what we will. Nothing is more powerful or irresistible than the imagination. The great trouble is that those who know the power of imagination do not have a large amount of faith. Therefore, their expectations are neutralized by fear and doubt. A person with a large amount of faith can realize the highest degree of their desires and aspirations with a certainty as absolute as that effect follows cause. These are the forces that are within us and waiting to be recognized and made use of. And the moment we recognize them, we become their master. A few know that there is a science in thought, but they do not have the faith to push their knowledge to obtain results. Faith is a magnet that attracts whatever its desire persistently expects. Thus, in our struggle for existence, it is imperative that we harbor only constructive thoughts. Allow our imagination to wander along lines of goodness and creative endeavor. Think positive thoughts. Project into your crystal positive thoughts for the betterment of your condition. Confide in your crystal that you do have the power and ability to lift to a higher station in life. Concentrate and carry that thought always foremost in mind. And seeking that goal, you will be rewarded. Again, let me repeat, we are what we think we are. Think success, prosperity, and happiness, and you shall receive. Retire in solitude with your crystal. Project, visualize yourself within the crystal as the possessor of health, happiness, and wealth, or whatever you are seeking. Keep foremost in mind this simple and inspiring creed. If I think, talk, and express health, happiness, and success, I shall attract them to myself. If I develop my mind properly, there is nothing I cannot attain. If I give life abundantly, I shall receive life abundantly. If I cheer, I shall be cheered. If I uplift, I shall be uplifted. If I radiate thoughts of courage, strength, hope, and gladness and freedom, I shall likewise receive. If I trust, believe, and love, I shall be trusted, believed, and loved. If I give forth light for others, I shall illumine my own path. As I sow, so shall I reap. Before gazing, look into the crystal. Imagine yourself the possessor. All that the creed implies, and silently repeat it. You will find it a great source of inspiration and self-confidence. This creed recalls to the writer's mind the recent popular saying originated by the French psychologist Coué, every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. The great benefit of such teachings cannot be exaggerated if they are accompanied by faith and willpower. The above is only one phase of benefit and influence exerted through concentration with the crystal. The crystal is a great factor in the development of the memory. The author in writing this book has many times endeavored to recall a certain descriptive word to better explain some particular phase of the work. But the desired word could not be summoned to my mind due to temporary forgetfulness. I possessed the word in my subconscious mind and had it on the tip of my tongue, and desiring to use it, I simply left my typewriter and retired to a quiet room and seated myself before my crystal. Gazing into it, I created a passive state of mind, concentrated, and forced myself to recall the desired word. I projected my thought forces at the crystal and directed my gaze into its depths. I do not mean to insinuate that the word appeared in the crystal or that I visualized the word, but an understanding of what I was seeking came over me, and the word was revealed to me. The word jumped into my mind, and I recognized it as the one I felt would best describe the situation I was endeavoring to explain. In writing this particular lesson, I stopped twice and retired to the solitude of my crystal to plan and shape this chapter into a reality. I know what I wanted to write, but didn't know how to express the various benefits in their proper sequence. And as I focused my attention and thoughts on the crystal, bearing my problem in mind, a sensation of understanding arose within me, and I returned to my typewriter fully possessed with the information arranged in its proper order. You too can establish a connection with your subconscious mind and recall from its incidents of the past names, words, and thoughts that now escape your attentions. If you have misplaced some article, just return in solitude to your crystal. Direct your attentions and thoughts on the crystal. Recall to your attention just where you last saw the article, your actions from that point on. Live over in the crystal vision your actions, where and what you did with this article, others associated with it. This is so confusing. Concentrate, establish forgotten actions concerning the misplacing of the article, and suddenly there is born in your mind the perception of what is sought. It is not necessary that the way be made plain through a series of pictures in the ball. An understanding and realization that the solution to your problem has been attained will flood your mind. This last described phenomena is only possible when the mind has knowledge of the incident or whereabouts of the lost article. However, many cases are on record where visions have appeared revealing lost and stolen articles, this being true psychic divination or caused by telepathy transmitted by another who possessed this knowledge. If you are puzzled by a seemingly unsolvable problem, the solution will be given you when you forget yourself and gaze into the crystal. All that is necessary is to formulate clearly in your mind what you wish to know. Ask for divine guidance. Affirm that only the truth can reach you. Then dismiss it from your mind and concentrate on your crystal, knowing that you will receive your answer. It may not come for several days, but it will come in time. The doctor will suddenly perceive the correct diagnosis of a difficult case. The salesman will find a new way to present his goods to the buyer. The lawyer will receive a solution to a puzzling case. The author will find the crystal a source of inspiration. The right direction will be pointed out at every crossroad of life if sought with a faith in the crystal. You will find the crystal a source of inspiration, a companion to confide within your hour of trouble, and a messenger of hope and happiness. Repeated sittings with the crystal will overcome nervousness. It teaches you mental and physical control. Nervousness is largely a habit created by a lack of willpower and determination. Did you ever notice some people can't seem to sit still any length of time, continually fussing, moving and getting up and walking around only for a few minutes to return to their chair, a common form of nervousness denoting lack of self-control. Practice sitting before the crystal and causing the mind and body to enter a quiet and passive state. By sheer determination and willpower, make yourself remain before the crystal for 15 minutes. Repeat daily, and within a short length of time, you will be surprised at the wonderful control you have realized over yourself. When you have developed yourself to a point where determination and willpower carry on your intention, then you are on the road to success. In the selling game, a sale is made by the salesman's determination. If the purchaser merely buys the article, the salesman merely acted as a clerk. If a salesman were to take the first no as an answer, there would be no successful salesman. Only an army of clerks. It is the determination to sell that makes the sale. It does not matter who you are. Everyone is selling something. If you are seeking a position, you must sell yourself to your prospective employer. If you want happiness, success, health, and your first step in creating... let's read that again. If you want happiness, success, health, and wealth, there we go, you must first sell yourself on your ability to attain them. This is your first step in creating self-confidence. Then follow with determination and willpower, and success is absolute. Mind makes circumstances. Anyone can drift. Did you ever take invoice of yourself and determine just who you are, what line of work you are best suited to, why you are not successful if you are not, in business, love, health, and other natural desires that you have not attained? Then analyze yourself, ascertain your natural facilities, and develop those that you lack. Take a crystal and visualize yourself in the crystal. Be honest with yourself and check each good and each bad feature that you possess. Best jot them down on a sheet of paper to attain a perfect record for reference later. You'll be surprised at your many good points and, of course, your many faults. After you have completely analyzed yourself, regard the faults and decide right then toward a remedy for their correction. If you lack the power of concentration, secure a crystal and develop it. If you lack determination, ambition, self-confidence, and other essential features of your mental makeup, secure a crystal and visualize yourself as the possessor of these requirements of success. Visualize yourself full of determination and say, I will possess it. Always the positive statement. I can. I will. And in actual practice, carry out this determination. Place it in operation and watch it sweep before you obstacles that before seem impossible. You will have at your command one of man's greatest forces, a force that will allow you to realize your desires and aspirations to their highest degree. Such exercises as above will reveal your true self and create within you an understanding of why you have reached your present station in life. While you have not progressed further, it will automatically create new ideas and ideas for the development of your capabilities that have long been dormant and place them into use. It will create hope and ambition and the power to do. Always think of yourself greater, better, and more desired than you really are. These positive thoughts will cause you to become greater, better, and more desired. There is no limit to your attainment. Project into the crystal visions of happiness, wealth, and contentment. Seek these pictures in the crystal, in your mind and everywhere, and you will find a new peace of mind created by these wonderful thoughts. Regard your crystal as a bank into which you daily invest good thoughts. Then wait and visualize the thoughts in the crystal, for they will return to you with interest and making an indelible impression on your mind for the betterment of your condition. Project goodwill and kind thoughts for yourself and others. As you think, so shall you so shall you be. You will find the crystal a material aid in directing these thoughts. It is not necessary that you confide your thoughts and desires to yourself. Reach out and help others. Project positive and constructive thoughts into the crystal, visualizing the benefit they will have on others. Regard it such as a prayer for another. Think of your son or daughter as happy and successful. Project thoughts to them. All human minds are but individual fragments of one great mind that exists everywhere. Broadcast constructively into the great mind that others may receive your message. That's the end of lesson 5. Lesson 6, how to attain your desires, is next time. If I can get this damn card into my hand. Close this up. All right, Bobs. Goodbye.